My eyes felt like galaxies, holding the swirling glow of countless memories as I took in our childhood home. Its siding looked like driftwood left over from a bonfire. I could have sworn I smelled the smoky char of pine creep into my nostrils. It's wild how the past stays with you like that. Sometimes it feels more real than the tangible things right in front of you. Jesus, it feels like just yesterday. I placed a trembling hand over my heart, struggling to steady my breath. My brother, Perry, pulled me into a tight embrace, his strength grounding me like an anchor. "The house hasn't changed much," he said, voice steady and comforting. "But we have." His certainty made me question myself. Have I really changed? Between the two of us, Perry was solid and stoic like a mountain range. Good thing, too, because I was like the wind, flighty and unpredictable. Over the years, Perry had learned how to weather even my harshest storms. Being his older sister, even if only by 4 minutes, I always wished I'd been his protector instead. But that demon burning deep in my belly liked to flash a crooked smile, reminding me Perry would never abandon me, especially now that I was sober. I hadn't had a drink in exactly 730 days. And even though it went unsaid, I knew Perry was terrified of leaving me alone, afraid I'd relapse. Our sibling bond was ironclad. After we lost our parents in the fire, Perry and I only had each other. But let us call a spade a spade. We were also as codependent and emotionally wrecked as it gets. I mean, who mutually decides to revisit the catalyst of your alcohol addiction on the anniversary of your sobriety? The house's warped front door creaked as Perry gently pushed it open. The rusted metal hinges were barely hanging on. "After you," Perry said, squinting from the sunlight. Ever the gentleman even in this kind of obscurity. As he held the door, I caught sight of the shallow scar on his right cheek. It taunted me like a schoolyard bully. That wound had a pull, like gravity. Some days I was sure I'd drown in it. Other days, I prayed someone would just let me. He got that scar the day I quit drinking exactly 730 days ago. Perry had screamed at me from the passenger seat, "Jackie, stop the fucking car." But I was too drunk on Bacardi Lemon to hear him. The next thing I knew, we'd wrapped my car around a tree. I could have died that day. But the thing that haunts me most is that I almost killed Perry. A lot can happen in 730 days. But forgiving yourself isn't one of them. "You coming in?" Perry was still holding the door. I shook it off and gave him a knowing glance. We were fraternal twins, but sometimes we had that weird twin telepathy. I exhaled and stepped inside. "Watch your step," I warned, tension tugging at my forehead. I imagined the floorboards caving in and crashing us into the basement, our dad's old man cave. That's where he passed out the night of the fire. "Kids, stay here. Do not move," our mom had said after getting us out of the house. I remember the black soot on her face and the spiderweb veins in her eyes. She shook us by the arms. "I'm getting your father." Perry and I clung to each other, trembling. The heat from the fire felt like we were standing inside a volcano. We never saw our parents again. 2 decades later, there we were, Perry and I, navigating the wreckage of our past. It was broad daylight, but inside the house it felt like cold, pale blue midnight. My shoulders crept up to my ears, like we were walking through a haunted house. I coughed into my elbow. The dust was thick like butter. As I cleared my lungs, Perry called from behind me. "Jax, look at this, the fireplace. Unbelievable." "It's still here," I whispered, a lump forming in my throat. It felt like a fairy godmother had brushed over the decaying room with her magic wand. Like that shot in Titanic, when the ship transforms from a sunken wreck to its grand past. We sat cross-legged on the floor by the fireplace. This was our favorite spot, remember? I avoided his eyes. "Yeah," he said, voice softened by nostalgia. For a moment, the taste of crispy roasted marshmallows overrode the mildew stench. Remember our Seymour's nights? I asked. Duh. And fireplace movie nights? Perry mimicked my childhood voice. But Moon, I want to watch Beauty and the Beast. Perry always gets to pick. I socked him in the arm. 1, I did not sound like that. And 2, I knew what I liked. He smiled. He always had this gentle sparkle about him, like a confetti cloud followed him everywhere. You really did, kiddo. My chest grew heavy. How could Perry love me after all I'd done? After the jobs I lost? The relationships I ruined? The nights he cleaned me up off the bathroom floor? After I almost killed him? Hey, remember those drinks Mom made? He asked. Apple something? Apple SSHH. Apple Schnapple. Yes. I mean, it was basically hot apple cider. But damn, it was good. Our laughter echoed through the ruined house, like ghosts trying to be heard. I loved our fireplace hangs, Perry said, leaning back. But nothing beats our movies in the projector room. I froze. We never had a projector room. He waved me off. No, seriously, Perry. I'd remember that. You even said our movie nights down here were our favorite. The house fell eerily quiet. Perry leaned in. Memories are tricky things, aren't they? His tone sent chills down my spine. We tend to remember them in ways that make them easier to live with. You sound like Dr. Lasko, he grinned. But something in his smile felt off. As his gaze swept the mantel, I felt a sinking dread. Imagine if I'd actually killed him. Man, I can still picture all the family photos up there. Tears burned at the corners of my eyes. I hated myself. Even after everything, I still felt like the victim. Hey, he took my hand. Oh, Perry. I threw myself into him. I'm so sorry. He held me like he always did, like I was worth something. Jax, it's okay. I'm still here. We're both still here. But then I saw the kitchen doorway. Wasn't the door to the kitchen on the other side of the room? I don't think so. I stared hard, trying to pull a memory into focus. And then I saw them. Our parents. Mom was prepping apple schnapples. Dad sat motionless at the table. Empty glass. Empty bottle of Jim Beam. Mom floated into the living room, cigarette in her mouth. Kids, your dad's not feeling well. Let's stay in here. The bruise on her face. You're remembering the truth now, aren't you? Perry said. I recoiled. How do you? We always made them saints after they died. My spine stiffened. What are you talking about? Do you remember that first drink Dad gave you? I did. I didn't want to, but I did. Come on, Jackie, just one drink. It'll be our secret time. Just you and me. That bitter first sip, and the desperate belief that maybe, just maybe, he loved me. The room started spinning. My breath hitched. The fireplace. It was never there, Perry said simply. I looked. It was gone. Just faded green wallpaper. Perry, where are we? He climbed the stairs slowly. Come to the projector room. We love movies, don't we? And like any idiot in a horror film, I followed. At the end of the hall, he stood under flickering light, half his face glowing like the Phantom of the Opera. I think you're ready to see how the movie ends. You're freaking me out, Perry. His face glitched like static. Then he disappeared. In the projector room, I found no one. Just light. Reels turning. Then from behind me, Jackie, stop the fucking car. I turned. On screen. The crash. The screaming. The moment. The truth. I staggered back, hallucinations crashing around me. Picture frames dissolved. Walls warped. I flung myself through the stained glass window free falling. GASP. Cold air punched into my lungs. I ripped the sensors off my body. The hospital room spun. Machines beeped. Across from me, Dr. Lasko sat, drenched in sweat. He'd been there, with me. As Perry, I don't ever want to do that again, I snapped. Jackie, don't say it. You're making progress. I don't care. He removed his own sensors and sat beside me. You did incredible today. If this continues, there's a real shot at early release. But I barely heard him. All I saw was Perry. His face lit up with joy. Confetti fell like snow. Perry.